2, 3. Okay, that's fine.
That's
I got
close enough. The 2
Right.
is off. Could have used a little bit more emphasis on the syllables there, but
Are you giving me notes on counting? There's only one syllable in 2.
I'm writing
You really
it down
fucked up
on
that
a sticky notepad.
No, we're starting. Now you've referenced the sticky note. It's like you've never done this before.
No.
God.
You know, like how dwarves in the Warhammer universe have a book of grudges?
No, but I guess I do now.
All of your infractions are going down in my sticky pads.
I love that you didn't have a use for it for 6 months, and now you have a use for it for everything.
The sticky pad of grudges, that's what I'm going to call it.
So
Jersels, gotta write that down. Jersels.
On the sticky pad.
As a note, not as the title, either. Sticky pad of Is grudges with 2 E's?
Grudgies?
Grudge. It sounds like a really shitty Spielberg.
Yeah, the lost 1980s movie by Steven Spielberg, The Grudgies.
It's like a Gremlins knockoff. They call them the Grudgies. They're just a bunch of little dwarves that try and haunt people's toilet paper rolls.
I know you hate it when I do a Simpsons reference, but that sounds like a perfect movie for Steven Spielbergo.
Senor Spielberg.
Senor Spielbergo, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Es muy bueno.
Es muy bueno.
Yo soy muy guapísimo.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the word you said earlier and I said it had to Google it?
It's on the notepad.
Of grudges?
Of grudgies.
Oh, grudgies. See, you use it for grudges. I made the joke about it being Chekhov's notepad because you had it on your desk for 6 months and are just now using it.
No, well, okay, that was a little bit disingenuous. Let me just rifle through my McDonald's trash bag here.
Which is also on your desk for 6 months until you figure out a use for it.
Yeah, it's my McDonald's trash bag of grudgies. Yeah, so, wow, we're just segueing perfectly into all these topics. I'm going to have no topics by like 5 minutes in. But
Oh, we'll just do a really short episode. It's a roguelike game, so we'll just do it when I die once.
Yeah, I've been playing the shit out of the Arkham games, the Batman games, Bam Hams.
Bam Hams?
Bam Hams, you know, Batman, Arkham, Bam Hams.
I'll take your word for it. That just sounds like a stupid thing kids say nowadays, and I don't understand because I'm 31.
You're 31 now?
Yes, that's how time works.
Jesus, I thought you were still 29. I didn't even realize you turned 30.
Did you think I stopped aging when I left California?
Well, yeah, you basically don't exist to me anymore.
I'm your imaginary friend.
Well, I have like the same sort of frame of reference of object permanence as like a 2-year-old.
Oh, we're talking about my favorite subject. I love object permanence. I don't know why.
So yeah, it's
like the favorite thing I ever learned about children.
Yeah, that's why that whole that peekaboo game actually works on kids because they're retards.
Right, because they don't realize that things aren't gone when you can't see them. It's something you have to learn.
Yeah, and like I said, I have the same object permanence of a 2-year-old. So I haven't seen you for a year, so you're dead to me.
I'm just a voice in your head. I just thought about how terrible it would be to have a mental illness where you think that you're just a figment of somebody else's imagination. Like
you don't think that?
That's no, because I am crazy. Not that crazy. It's like reverse solipsism. I don't exist. I just
reverse. Yeah.
I only exist in the minds of other people.
Now I think sort of like that whole Matrix theory that we're all the simulation idea.
Yeah.
And I get like so many pieces of evidence. Like it's always small things, these coincidences.
Like Hugo Weaving shows up at your house and tries to shoot you in the face.
Well, yeah, but I mean that hasn't happened for a couple of years now. But
he's been too busy in New Zealand.
Why New Zealand?
I figured he was doing like
Hobbit. Like there's another Hobbit trilogy coming out.
Yeah, it's been long enough. They can do a reboot.
Oh, Jesus, I hope not.
I've just talked about your nightmares, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a fucking gaping flesh wound that's been poured with dirt and maggots and maybe a little bit of like sewage runoff from like an insane asylum. And
well, the maggots would help.
Stitched together, and it's now finally healing. The arm almost fell off, but I still have my sanity. And then you just brought it up, and the stitches just all rotted away. But
the maggots would be pretty good.
What I was fucking trying to say, we keep getting sidetracked. I was talking about Arkham Asylum like 5 minutes ago. I haven't even gotten to that.
But those are our best
there's
episodes.
All these small coincidences that happen in my life that make me think I'm a part of a simulation. Like, there was one brand of shampoo. I still remember this from 3 fucking years ago.
Oh, that's
when I went up to Washington 3 years ago, there's one brand of shampoo I had never, ever seen before.
Uh-huh.
I see it. I make an observation. I'm like, that's an interesting brand of shampoo. I can't even remember what specifically the brand was. But then I go 3 states over
to Montana.
What?
To Montana.
Yeah. Well, no, not. I think it was in Canada. I was in a shower in Canada.
I was in 3 states over in Canada.
3 states over in Canada. They're basically America, but
America Light. That's how they like to refer to themselves.
But I get there. It's the exact same fucking brand of shampoo that I'd never seen before, but that somehow crops up in the exact same time frame within 2 weeks of each other, which makes me think that the simulation is getting low on assets. It has to start reusing it in order to save on RAM.
But they did it in the most low-rent way possible of making it shampoo.
Exactly. Shampoo's got a lot of vertices on it, you know? It's a fucking cylinder.
Oh, you're a fucking nerd. I got into an argument about being in a simulation and like that being what I have a belief in, because I'm practically a nihilist. And my friend, who, like me, is also an atheist, got upset that I was like, why do you believe in that? I was like, because it's mathematically likely. And like, explain. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not a mathematician. I've read enough for me to be persuaded.
Now I'm gonna do a Simpsons reference. Now I'm thinking of that one, explain.
Oh, right.
Money can be used to buy goods and services.
Right. Like, I get into this way with some things where I've learned enough to be persuaded, but haven't learned enough to be able to persuade other people.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
get
care
there quite
enough.
A bit.
Well, like, if I'm going to share my beliefs, I don't care if someone goes like, but why do you believe that? Because it's like, well, you probably believe crazy shit too. I'm not going to grill you about it. But that was, and she looked it up and like immediately looked up like arguments against it that weren't very good. I was like,
that's so dumb. Yeah. Talk about confirmation bias.
Oh, I know. Some people are just as bad about religion as they are, or being atheists as they are about religion.
Oh, I know. It's a religion in itself sometimes. But fucking, the way I view the simulation theory is sort of reverse solipsism, which is what you were talking about.
Right.
I view it as, how can I prove that I'm just not a very well-programmed NPC in somebody else's reality, and that I'm here just to flesh out somebody else's world who's far more important? Why?
Have you ever just walked into a wall for 5 minutes?
So that way the person that the world truly does revolve around doesn't actually notice.
So
how do we know the world doesn't revolve around like Trump or something?
Oh, good. That segues into something I wanted to talk about. How good. See, I like the argument there would be that like, oh, that's pretty good actually. So your mental illness is like the Truman Show, but you're not Truman.
Exactly.
That's really upsetting. I'm gonna use that the next time I
thought, and it's just like I'm despite my bravado in a lot of these episodes, I am not very egocentric, so I don't really think that I would be interesting enough or worthy enough to have an entire fucking simulation
dedicated to you.
Yeah, that would cost billions of dollars to make.
Well, that's what we
just so I
understand that
can
to be.
fart around on the internet and masturbate to fat chicks. It just doesn't make sense, you know.
Well, the argument I made about like this simulation and how it works is that we're just an accident. Like the simulation that they were running was just to simulate other universes, and we're just lucky enough to come along. And I kept saying this to my friend, who was very adamant that we were just a mistake. And they're like, so they made it so like it couldn't be real because you keep thinking that we're important. Like, no, I'm saying the opposite. That like we're just an accident that arose. It's not built for us. But they like couldn't seem to fathom what I was saying.
Huh. That's also an interesting theory.
Yeah, well, that's the like the math that's behind it is that if a simulation could be built to run simulations for universes, it's probably already been built, and so it's most likely that we're in a simulation. It's like the gist of it. But anyway,
I want my money back.